All right, well, welcome everyone to our moving up call. It is April 5th, and we're only 5 days in the month, and so much has happened already. So let's take a couple minutes to share some good news because we always like to start every call with some good news. So this is your time to shine. This is your time to brag. So who wants to go first? Who had something fun, exciting, new happen? Who stepped out of the comfort zone? Who had a great party? Who got the first recruit? Who wants to go first?
I got my first recruit today.
Yay, John! How did you get your first recruit?
It's my sister.
Okay.
She had 2 shows before, and she decided she wanted to do it.
Good. Now you can be like the sister dream team.
And then I have a second recruit. She is going to sign up this month. She is just waiting for one more paycheck.
Oh, good. So how did that second recruit come along?
She was looking for somebody on like an online classified ad, and somebody tagged me, and she messaged me and just wanted information about what's all in the kit, and she's wanting to sign up. And so I've been speaking to her off and on for a couple of weeks.
And that's a good idea, guys, too. A lot of times we forget, back in the days, people would place ads in newspapers. Check out your local or even like within 30, 60-minute drive, like classified Facebook groups, whatever they have for sale groups. Obviously check their like regulations. Some of them don't allow advertising. Some of them you have to post in a specific album. But that's a good way to just let people know that there's a local Pampered Chef girl or men in town. So awesome. Congratulations. Yay. Who else? Who's got good news? Erin, go ahead.
I got my first recruit on the 31st.
Yay.
Yeah, she's one of my really good friends, so I'm excited to be working with her. I think if anything, she'll help me with my organization. I'm so
okay, bad. I need her too.
Because she came over and we sat down and she just looked at my desk and she's like, well, we'll fix this later. So,
yeah.
But she's excited about it, and I'm excited for her because I think she's almost got her 4 shows booked. So,
good. Now we gotta, keep them going and get them to recruit too, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Congratulations. Who else has good news? Come on. Did you have a good party? Did you do something new? Did you listen to a great training?
I got a show that I didn't expect.
How did you get a show that you didn't expect?
Well, I feel like she's just so busy. And she's like, yeah, May isn't good. Maybe we could do June. No, June isn't good. I was like, how about we do a virtual party instead? And once I explained it to her, she's like, wow, that's really easy. I'm like, yes, it is. So,
yeah, and then you can say in the summer when you have more time, then you can still have a cooking show, right?
Yep.
But in the meantime, we'll party virtually.
Yes.
Awesome. Who else? Come on.
I just tried Kids Workshop for the first time.
A Kids Workshop?
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about that.
It was very interesting. I decided there's so many kids, and my kids, mine are getting a little bit older, so I was like, well, we'll try it and see what we can do, because we are moving to Bragg, which is going to be like galore kids everywhere. And so I decided I was going to try it, and I asked on one of the mommy groups I'm on if anyone was interested, and I got a couple people interested, so we hooked it up and we did it, and we did the peanut butter and jelly French toast, which interesting, it is really good actually.
Okay, I haven't made that one yet.
It's an interesting menu option, but for the kids loved it because it was peanut butter and jelly, and they were quite a bit younger than, they were like 3, so it was interesting there. But I made it all, and I just had them tell me different things. I'm like, okay, so we have peanut butter, now what? And so I kind of was doing a pattern thing, and I just had to adjust it to the age group.
Good.
But
Yeah.
definitely gonna
And
look
that's
more into it.
definitely, you guys gotta find what excites you, right? Like what makes you like jump up and down. Like, for some of you, it's a virtual party. For some of you, it's a wine, cheese, and chocolate party. For some of you, maybe you don't drink wine. For some of you, it might be the kids, workshops. Others, it's the freeze and workshops. Like you really gotta find that whatever it is that excites you, like oh my God, I can't wait to teach you this recipe, or I can't wait to get the kids together and have them decorate cupcakes. Some of you are like, oh my God, kids, no, right? And others are like, yeah, I got this, right? So you got to find that whatever it is that excites you in this business, that passion, and like pull it out of you. And that's going to be what's going to get other people excited. And that's what's going to be contagious when you talk to people about, what you can offer them, all right, anyone else? We have time for one more good news, good news share, whatever you want to call it. It's been a long day. Who else? Tate, yay! Look at you, Tate, surrounded by all these ladies.
Yay! I just got on.
Yay, well, welcome. Do you have any good news to share? Do you have anything exciting that's been happening?
Yeah. Where did you go?
I'm right here.
Okay. Well, I can hear you. I can't see.
Okay.
And the picture's on the. But yeah, well, it's really too soon to really talk about, but that could be a possible recruit. My sister's daughter-in-law, she's really excited about getting her kit, and so I'm trying to keep the excitement going, and told her she'd like to start booking a few bookings. So when she does get her kit, maybe the end of this month or the 1st of May, she'll be ready to run, and we can run together.
Yay, run together, run very far.
Yeah, she really is excited. But it being premature, let's don't get excited until it happens. But she really is. And well, let's see what else. And then I do have a show Easter weekend. That's going to be a busy weekend because I'm really involved with church and stuff, but I'm excited about the show coming up on that Saturday. I'm following up with the host probably tomorrow. I left a message on the way home tonight from church so we can finalize things, go over things, and make sure everything is all set. And very excited about the recipe and all that good stuff. So yeah, I have some things that are happening. I do have some catalog shows that are going on. They always surprise me. So yeah.
Well, you're out there and working it, right?
Yeah, and I really enjoy doing the little demos, the things that I, squeeze in from the kitchen. I really enjoy that. When I discover how to use something and maybe use it a little better to make it work for me, I love to share it, as soon as I can.
That's right. So anything you guys anything you guys are doing in your kitchen, anything that excites you while you're cooking, maybe even with the kids or whatever, definitely go ahead and share that. Awesome. Thanks, Tate, for sharing. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And we're going to talk a little bit about actually one of the most important things that, as you guys are going through the process of some of you promoting this month, some of you promoting next month, some of you promoting before conference, it is really important to know why you're doing this, right? And really think about and really identify that why. So having that strong why, that reason, is just one of the most important things. So think about, I want you guys to think about, why did you start Pampered Chef? And why do you stay? And why do you want to promote to director? Okay, so write these questions down, watch the replay, but really, why did you start? Why do you stay? and why do you want to become a director? And everyone is going to have, some of you might have the same reasons. Some of you might have completely different whys. It could be, whether it's like the income and that, road to financial freedom, or whether it's just having something for you that is you, that you built yourself. Maybe it's just, wanting to own your own business and just being successful, being good at something. Or maybe it's just a fun job that gets you out of the house and you get to meet people and, make new friendships. So, definitely think about that. And think on that really, really hard while I kind of go into this a little bit more. So why is the why so important? All right. This why, the reason why you do Pampered Chef, the reason why you want to promote, that's going to make you go to work even if you do not want to, right? There's going to be times where people say no, where you're going to have a show where maybe there's one person, maybe there's nobody at the show. Maybe it's a virtual party and like nobody RSVPs, yes, right? And there's going to be times where you really don't want to contact people. You don't want to ask them to have a party and you just rather curl up in bed and watch TV, right? I'm sure we've all been there. But having that why, that clear vision is going to help you get over those times where you just don't want to go to work. And really believing that you can, and creating a vision so clear that you can see yourself in it. That vision is going to push you to that next level, which is directorship. And a vision, it's not just a dream. It's really like partnered right alongside with a clear set of goals. What are my goals, right? So becoming a director is a big goal, but we need to like break it down into little steps, right? So booking more shows, asking every host, being intentional, right? So it's one thing to say, okay, I'll promote to director, or my goal is to become a director. But it's another thing to say, how am I going to get there? Baby steps, right? One step at a time. And I'm sure since, our call last week, a lot of you have been doing some of those baby steps, right? And you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I gave this lady a catalog and got her information. Or, oh my God, I actually asked all my hosts and they all didn't kill me. I'm still here and they're still having the party, right? So one of the things for your homework is I'm going to post a picture of a why, and we want you to comment underneath and answer some of these questions that we're going to post. So really, we really want to take some time to create a vision for you and just really picture yourself in it. So one of the questions is going to be, if you knew you could not fail, what would your business look like at the end of the year? What would your business look like by conference? And what would your business look like in the next 30 days? How big would your team be? Right? Would it be the 5? Would it be 10? And what title are you going to hold? And remember that a dream without a goal is going to remain a fantasy. We don't want fantasies. We want accomplishments. Okay? So one of your homeworks is going to be to post your whys. So ask yourself these questions and then answer them in the group. And it's really fun to see different people's whys, because you're going to take that back to your recruiting, because you're going to be like, wow, I never thought maybe someone would want to join for this reason, or someone would want to do Pampered Chef for this reason. So it's really fun to see that. Does anyone have any questions about that? Or does anyone know their why so strong that they want to share it? Erin, what are you sharing? Oh, the trip? That's your why? You want to go on the trip? Unmute yourself so I can talk to you.
All right, to be completely honest, I'm kind of in it for the products because I love it. And I actually talked to Donna, and I told her, I was like, I don't know if this is really for me, because right now I can only commit to like one cooking show a week. I know that you can do unlimited virtual shows, and this month for me has just been really tough getting shows. So I'm a little discouraged with it, but like I just really want to be able to take me and my husband on this vacation, because I haven't worked since I've had my son 8 years ago, almost 9 years ago. So I'd really like to do this for us. So
Good. So one show a week, one cooking show a week is really good. And then I would just buffer it with, 4 virtual parties. There's your 8, right? Or you were talking about free summer workshops, do one free summer workshop a month.
Yeah.
That you hold yourself, or that you hold at a community center, that you hold at a church. But directors do need less trip points. So definitely telling your husband, hey, here's the flyer. Mine used to sit on my kitchen. Was magneted, on my fridge. And every time when I would come home from my show, we would highlight it together, and that way you have someone else to keep you in check, besides us. Someone that says, come on, Erin, let's go. You can earn this trip. You got it. And sometimes you might be like, okay, but I need you to watch the kids 3 times this week. And you're like, okay, just go get the trip, And it's just that working on it together. So awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Does anyone else have a really strong why? They know why they're here. What, are you guys all tired today?
Oh, hey, this is Tate.
Go ahead, Tate.
I would love to be able to do this and be able to quit the day job. I know that's aggressive and I know that's insane, but that still drives me to, to do what I do. And I realize time works against me so much. But, I find ways to squeeze things in. But the dream that I could someday be financially free enough that I could do this full time and set my own hours instead of having to, punch a time clock, is very appealing.
Oh, that's
And
not, you know what, ma'am?
Something, Troy, you want to mute yourself?
Sorry.
And something you want to do, for some of you that work full time that, eventually might want to quit that job, is really look at how much money do I need to make to be able to quit my job, right? With the gas, driving there every day and whatever, how much money do I really need to make to be able to quit that job? And then break it down into shows. And then you're going to have to work for like 12 months really, really hard to achieve what you want. But yeah, we've had plenty of people, including myself, that never went back to work for somebody else. And I posted one of my videos. I came across it because we talked about the schedules and all that last week. That, sometimes we work so hard for somebody else, 9 to 5 or whatever crazy hours they give us, because we know that's what we have to do in order to get paid, right? But it's so hard to be your own boss, because someone has to pull you out of bed. Someone has to tell you, sit down, make those phone calls, right? But if you had that boss that would say, hey, Erin, go make those phone calls today, and then you'll get paid, you would probably do it, right? So sometimes we work so harder for someone else than ourselves. So just a little thought on that. Okay, so obviously all of you or most of you should have some shows on your books. That's definitely step 1 to promoting, is having shows, having enough shows. The more shows you have, the more people you're going to be in front of. But the other thing, the other important piece of the puzzle is recruiting, knowing how to recruit, knowing who to recruit, and knowing what to say and how to handle objections. So how many of you on here were a host before they joined Paper Chef? Show me your hands. All right, I see some hands, right? So just like your homework, right, that you guys did, you have to ask every single host, and you have to ask them more than once. Your host is your biggest potential recruit. I mean, I will tell you, yeah, I mean, I would probably say 80% of my recruits are all hosts. They're already having a party because they love the product, so why not join, right? So you do have, you know, 2 options to recruit your host, and that's totally a personal preference, whatever you guys want to do. But, you know, number 1 would be ask her several times before the party. And for me, I like to plant the seed during that first host coaching call that you do with your host. So I'm hearing some background noise. I'm just going to mute a couple people, see if it goes away. So during that first host coaching call, something you can say, or if you're doing it virtually, messages or whatever, hey host, right, insert their name. Since you're already having a party and loving the products, have you ever thought about doing something like Pampered Chef and making extra money? We can easily turn this party into your launch party, meaning not only would you get the hostess reward, but you would be the one making money from this party right away. What do you think? Okay, and I will post these words, but these are the words I use. Jennifer's laughing because that's probably right. Yeah, you've heard those before. Those are my famous words. And if my host joins, go ahead, Jennifer.
I'm laughing because I want those words. So you said you were.
And you know, not to like brag on myself, but you know, I think over the last 12 months I've recruited like 30 people, and that's just what I say. So if my host joins before the party, at least like 4 days before her party, I give her the party as her first launch party and obviously all the bookings. Now, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You know, if you want to get paid when you go to a party, then by all means, we'll talk about option number 2. Definitely for virtual parties, you know, if they join before we have any orders in, takes me 2 seconds to change out the links, change out the post my party, and now they can get paid on it. It's just another way to kind of seal the deal. So number 2 would be to offer your host the kid credit. And, you know, as you're going over the hostess rewards and you tell them, you know, do you want to earn $20 in free or $215 in free? And you tell them how they can earn that. Don't forget to offer the kid credit. If you're not offering the kid credit, you're not giving your host all the hostess rewards. You're like missing a category, right? So you would never tell your host that they didn't earn $90 in free, right? We would never do that. But so we always want to make sure we tell them about the kid credit. So the host can choose to take a $25 or $50 kid credit from her free amount earned. And she can order, he or she can order her kit for less money, and obviously all the bookings from the party would go to your host. So you can print out the kit coupons. Do you guys know what the kit coupons are? Yes, no? Let me get one of my hostess packets here. Hopefully it's in there. It should be in there. Yep. So in my host packet, these are the kit coupons. If you just go on, this way. If you go on Consultants Corner, you can print them out in a set of 3. And I order these from Office Depot on, I'll call it paper, black and white. It's a little cheaper. And then I have the Taste of Great Life brochure in here. And then I just have these fun facts about joining Pampered Chef. And, you know, if you put this in a host packet and you tell your host what's in their packet, you're going to have to talk about it. So it's almost like, right, go into a cooking show, you're going to have to say something. You can't just run away. So make sure you offer them the kid credit. And even if they say no, like during your first 2 or 3 host coaching calls or messages or texts or whatever, you can still plant seeds during the show, because at the show, you're doing your spiel, right? During the virtual party, you know, you're doing the Q&As and maybe posting a live video. Ask her one last time when she's selecting her rewards. You need to get in that habit of asking them multiple times, because very rarely is someone going to say, oh yeah, sign me up right there. First, you know, the first time you ask. I think that like hardly happens, or maybe probably never happens. So you really need to get in the habit of asking them. And, you know, so I might say, all right, Jennifer, so you got your rewards, and I'm just going to ask you one last time, because it is part of your hostess rewards. Are you sure you don't want to take the kid credit? I did get 2 bookings from your party. Your friends, you know, you had $1,000 party or whatever. Your friends obviously love Pampered Chef. Are you sure you don't just want to give it a try? And you would be surprised how many would be like, yeah, you know what? It was a lot more fun than I thought it was. And I can't believe that people bought that much. Or, maybe I will give it a try.
So let's say you have somebody who's thinking about, thinking about signing up, but one of their holdbacks is money, and so you suggest the smaller kit versus the larger one, and they say, oh, well, I don't really want, like, I don't want all the stuff that's in the small kit. I'd rather have the larger kit, but there's something that you said it before, and maybe it was a video of why it's more important to sign up with the smaller kit now than wait 2-3 months, however long, until you have the money for the larger kit. So what words do you do with that?
Yes. So, sometimes we have people that are like, oh, I really want the big kit, but I'm going to have to wait like 2 months to get it. Right? So they're losing money by waiting, right? So, okay, so you can afford the 109 right now, but you want to wait to have an extra $100 so you can get the big kit. You should really just join today, make money, and you can get all the other stuff that didn't come in your kit by being your own host, by getting it for half price. You're really losing money waiting and saving for this big kit, because we could have a party and you could have your first couple sales in the next couple hours, and you could have already made that money that you're missing for that big kit, right? So just did that help? Okay. So again, ask them multiple times. And some of you, maybe you're afraid to recruit or to sign up your hosts, because then you're going to lose that show, or you're going to lose the bookings from that show. So you need to get that out of your head right away. Goodbye. Psh, negative thought, out. Okay. If you want to promote to director and you want to work smarter, not harder, that is where that is how your goals are going to come true in the long run. And that is why it's important to have a consistent show schedule. Because if you do 2 shows in a month, 2 shows a week, and 2 of them turn into launch parties, you still have 6, right? But if you're only doing 2 shows a month and now 2 hosts want to join, then you're like, wait, then I won't have any shows to turn in this month, right? So 8 shows makes you great. Anyone that is striving to be a director or a director should do 8 shows a month, no matter what. 2 shows a week, 2 virtual parties, 2 catalog parties. It's just that numbers game that you are in front of enough people. And then if even 2 of them turn into launch parties, or 2 of them you lose the bookings because your host took the kit credit, you still have 6 parties to submit and get more bookings. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's kind of like recruiting before the party, recruiting your host, and that counts for virtual or cooking show hosts. Now, during the party, you want to plant seeds, right? So during a cooking show, and we'll talk about the virtual party as well, you want to plant seeds during that quick opening that you're doing at your party. Right? So something like, hey, thank you all for coming, and you go in your little spiel about what you're cooking and the benefits of hosting a party. But one of the things that I know you guys didn't come here today thinking, hey, I want to be the next Pampered Chef consultant. And I for sure didn't think that when I went to my first party. But just watch what I do today. On average, I make about 100 to 150 per party. And, if you just think this would be a fun way for you to make some extra money, to get lots of products, or to really, bring in a significant amount of income, just watch what I do, and we will answer any questions you have about this business later. But it's just opening their mind like, oh, this is a possibility. Okay, let's get cooking. During the cooking party, you want to plant seeds as well. Like, definitely use your rock crock and use your manual food processor, or use the products that came in your kit, and don't go cooking crazy stuff that, who knows, sometimes where people find it. But stick to your consultant recipes, stick to easy rock crock recipes. Don't go crazy, but definitely saying like, oh my god, this comes in the kit, the knife comes in the kit, yeah, oh, this came in my kit. Just keep planting seeds like that. And then the closing is the big one, right? So don't ever skip the closing, rather cook very fast and do your closing part. And we posted our new closing with the 3 ways to get our products. And one of the reasons I believe that our recruiting was off the chart last month, because we all, or a lot of us, did the, here's the best deal in the catalog spiel. And people are just buying a kit, doing a show, testing it out, and then going from there. And then obviously doing full service checkout, ask them, have you ever thought about trying something like Pampered Chef? Or, oh my God, you were like selling all the products for me. Like, why are you not doing this? I could have just left and you could have done my job. If they're interested, or they're like, oh, let me think about it. If they're on the fence, book a show with them, right? When you book a show with them and they're, a little bit interested, it kind of sets a deadline. It sets that deadline of, well, you're already having a party. Why not turn it into a launch party? And if they just want more information and you're not comfortable with giving them everything that there is to know about Pampered Chef, just let them know. Be like, hey, I would love for you to just get some more information about this business. You are obviously thinking about it. Could we set up a 3-way call with the lady that's helping me getting started? What times are you available tomorrow for a quick 10 minutes? Find out their times, and then on your way home from the show, call your director, call me, call Donna Lane, and say, I need someone to do a 3-way call at around 10 tomorrow. Are you free? And most of the times we'll figure it out, okay? And you need to talk to them. The earlier, the better. The longer you wait, once people leave the show, the longer you wait, every 24 hours, the less interested they become, because they're less excited. They're not in the moment anymore, and they go home. Someone already talked. By the time they get home, somebody already talked them out of it, right? So they're losing their excitement. So the same thing goes for virtual parties. Make sure your posts are engaging. Make sure your posts talk about the kits, show products that come in the kit, have some kind of Q&A with extra tickets, go live with the best deal in the catalog, show a picture of you and your paycheck, one of your paychecks, and also the Google drawing slip. If you don't know how to create a Google drawing slip, or if you don't have one, definitely do a post and we'll send you a tutorial for that. I mean, that's like a virtual drawing slip, and not everyone fills it out, but most of the time, the people that do fill it out, those are the people that will book shows or join your team.
Hey, Claudia, I'm actually trying to figure out how to repost mine, because I have it in my Google Documents, but I don't know how to
share the link.
Yeah.
Okay, so
after I've already posted it once, because you can use the same form over and over again, right?
Right. Yeah. You can use the same one. So you just copy and paste the URL.
Okay. And that's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Very simple. Yeah. And the good thing is too, it's you eventually go in and you have a pool of leads. So when you need bookings, there's a whole Excel spreadsheet with numbers and which party they came from. You just got to keep dialing and just keep calling. But obviously the full service checkout for a virtual party, don't miss that part. Okay. So just think about how often you've ordered from a virtual party, and sometimes you don't even get a thank you. Right? So call these people, do the same spiel over the phone. And, by all means, if you're really I could never pick up the phone, first of all, I encourage you to try it because it'll make you feel good. But if for whatever reason, there's no way you're going to call these people, then at least start texting them or start up a conversation on Facebook. Something to thank them for placing an order. Okay? So definitely, recruit your hosts, recruit during your parties. That's where most of your recruit leads are going to come from. If you do a virtual party and you see those people that are constantly playing every game, and they are posting pictures of their favorite stuff, and they're telling you all these things that they have, don't be afraid to just open up a message and say, oh my God, you seem to really love Pampered Chef. Your excitement, I would love to have someone like you on our team. Have you ever thought about doing something like Pampered Chef? Don't be afraid to reach out to people like that. And then obviously, we want to recruit outside of a party as well. So, be intentional, listen, Watch your Facebook. People are always posting for looking for a job, lost my job, whatever. Offer it to everyone. And so many times we all hear people that, struggle to pay their bills, or how they wish they could afford to, put their kids in daycare or preschool or whatever, how they wish they could afford to take the family on a vacation. Don't be afraid to offer them this amazing business opportunity that we hold. Maybe invite them, if you're local to a team, invite them to a recipe night or our opportunity night on Facebook. Make sure they're added to the work from home group, or do a 3-way call with your director. But what I don't want you to say is, hey, can we set up a 3-way interview call with my executive director to make sure we answer all your questions? That is like scary. Okay, so remember, it's just a conversation. Hey, how about, I'm still very new, or, I just want to make sure that you get all your questions answered. So can we just hop on a 3-way call with Claudia, who's helping me getting started, just to make sure that you get all your questions answered, so you're fully informed about how Pampered Chef might work for you. Basic, don't scare people away. Okay, and if you can't get them on a 3-way call, just my biggest word of advice is don't throw up on them with all this Pampered Chef and all this information that we want to give them. I know we can get excited and we can be like, oh my God, and then this is the sign-on bonus. You sell $12.50 in your first 30 days, you get Pampered Chef dollars. Then when you promote to director, you get a $500 bonus. They're like, whoa, $12.50, I can never sell that. I really try really hard to not even bring up $12.50. I don't even talk about the sign-on bonus, honestly. But because $12.50, sometimes people are like, whoa, I can't do that. And they like, well, if I can't sell $12.50, then I can't do this business. Right? But
I actually had somebody ask me, they just messaged me out of the blue, and I think they're avoiding me, but they asked me how much money, how much they'd have to make to stay a consistent Pampered Chef consultant. And I think that's what a lot of people are worried about. Is not being able to keep their Pampered Chef license. So, and I had to call because I wasn't too sure about that one. So
there's 2 ways. I just answer it and I just say $150 every 6 months. That will keep you as a consultant. That will put you in an active status, and you will lose your career sales. But I don't even go there, because they just want to know they have 6 months and they can place their own order every 6 months. But I always tell them, part of the reason you're going to join is you don't want to make $20 every 6 months, right?
Yeah.
Right. So we're not probably never even going to get close to that. But yes, everyone asks the question. So I just say $150 every 6 months.
Well, the fact that they even messaged me, I'm kind of like, all right, let's talk.
Yeah. So I'd be like, okay, so you probably have other questions, right? And then set up a 3-way call with Donna Laney. So, yeah, be intentional. Don't throw up on them. Just listen and just answer the questions. But, when we do these interview calls, the first question is, what's sparking your interest? And then the second question is, do you have any other questions, or do you just need to know how to get started? If they're ready to get started, we can answer all the questions during the first Strong Start call, right? And that can come during that. But what I want to show you guys that, let me share my screen. Maybe a lot of you are missing. Can you guys see the website? Yes, shake your head. Okay, so on your website, when you go to your personal website and you click on Become a Consultant, this site has been updated and is fabulous. So sending people, this link right here, go up here, copy and send it to people. Post it in your virtual parties. This is an amazing link. So this is a video, and for some of you that maybe you guys are new, these are real people. These are people I've hung out with or whatever. These are not fake people, except this. This is like an advertisement. But anyways, this is a great link to send people to and have them, look at it. What does a consultant do? This really goes over everything that we have to offer. And, if they want to be a virtual party, they can hear from Becky Adams. They can hear from a supportive spouse, and like they can watch these little videos, and it has nice pictures of the kids, and it also has the kid comparison chart to really see, you know, what comes in each kid. So everything is right here for you at your fingertips. It's a really, really good site. They did a really good job with this. And then they do have an opportunity video, you know, that just really goes over some more details. But this side right here, if you can get them on the side, this will answer a lot of their questions. So has anyone used this site?
I've looked at it, but I haven't like used it yet.
Yeah, so use it when anyone's interested, you know, be like, hey, and if you're interested, here's the link, check it out, and then let me know what questions you have. Right, and then obviously you got to follow up with them. But this is a great link to add to your, you know, email signature, to post on Facebook, to email it to your host, and just really give them an opportunity to check it out. Okay. All right, so it is time for our homework for next week. So your homework is going to be, you know, to answer your why question that I'll post. But we're also going to post, and you guys will have access to this link, so I don't have to share this actually, because I'd rather see your faces. We're also going to post, don't freak out on me yet, a very long video. I think it's like an hour and a half, of the Miracle Morning. So I remember when I did a training just like you guys, gosh, I think it was like 2 years ago, and I had to watch this long video. But it changed how I do things every day. So it's a Miracle Morning video, and it's just really, really good. So by all means, watch it at night, get some popcorn, but really try and be in that video and listen in, and then post your takeaways in our conversation questions. So it's going to be a homework, and, you know, to post your why, to watch that video and tell us what you thought about it, to keep doing, you know, your 3-5 contacts a day. Every single day you guys should be reaching out, booking more parties, following up with contacts, following up with leads, and I encourage every single one of you to set up 3-way calls with your director. If you can get them on the phone with us, 90% of the time, we're going to get them to join your team. And that's how we've promoted people in the past. So you're all here for a reason. You all want to be directors. So that's what you got to do, right? All right, so we do have about 10 minutes left. Are there any questions? Anything I can help answer? Anything you guys are excited about and want to chat about? Questions?
Yes. So I am having a lot of trouble booking cooking parties. And I know I kind of said when I started that I was just going to do virtual parties.
Like, wait, what?
But I feel like if I want to be able to maybe quit my job at some point, I probably need to do more of that sort of one-on-one in person. I don't know if I'm going to be, I know you can recruit doing virtual and you can recruit outside of, that's a whole other issue for me, but I think that the one-on-one face-to-face is a little bit, I think people are more likely to react to that than to a post on a Facebook party. I get a lot of like just clicking the liking every post just so that they can get the most activity or whatever on the party. So I guess, do you have tips for how to get people to book not just virtual parties?
Did you have a local cooking show launch?
I did. Yeah, I did. One with family members, but
okay. So I would go back to your launch list, go back to your list of local people, and get in the habit that if they're local, they're having a cooking show. Like when I do my cooking shows, I don't talk about virtual parties.
Okay.
right? Unless they're really like, I don't have time when I check them out, then I offer them a virtual party. Right?
Okay.
So you got to go back to your list and you just got to ask for cooking shows and just say, hey, I thought of you. I'm so excited. I joined Paper Chef and I know you love to cook, or I know you're a busy mom with kids. I would love to teach you a quick, easy recipe that you can whip up in 20 minutes. Would you be interested in having your own cooking party? Right. So just like you were asking for virtual parties, now we just got to change the wording around and ask for cooking shows. So whether it's a lot of you have the kids with the bruschetta pasta or the fajitas or whatever. That can be a girls' night out recipe. That could be a Italian night out. That could be a healthy in a hurry dinner and a dash. It could be all kinds of different theme parties. It could even be, I've even done it for wine, cheese, and chocolate parties because I top it with lots of cheese. They don't care. You just got to sell it to them. They're like, okay, sure, whatever. So if you tell them what you're going to cook, they'll just say, yep. Just don't give them too many choices. But just be intentional, right? So you've been intentional about booking virtual parties. Now you just got to flip that switch and be like, no, you're having a cooking show.
Okay.
I gotta come teach you. But also if you maybe had a launch party and not everyone could have came, have another one. Be like, hey, I'm launching my business. I'm having a cooking show, and at cooking shows, it's easier to book cooking shows, right? Because they've seen.
Okay.
Well, I don't know when you started, but if it's been a while, the whole spring just came out, so advertised all this new spring stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Or find an exciting recipe, or just say, hey, I'm Michaela, Jennifer, you're moving. I'm working on getting Michaela to move here so she can come to team meetings. All right, Michaela, move over to New York. Easy peasy. We got this. All right. Any other questions?
I guess I have one more.
Yeah.
I was watching a training video at some point. I don't know which one it was, but someone had mentioned being able to go live in more than one Facebook event at a time. I cannot figure out how to do that. Is there a tutorial or something?
Yeah, I have a YouTube video for that.
Okay.
So just post in the Moving Up group, and then either I'll find it or someone will find it.
Okay.
How to do that. However, you do need a business page for it. Facebook business page.
Actually, you
I
don't
have
need
one.
Oh, you don't anymore?
No, as long as you set your post to public, which you can set the individual post to public, then you can share it anywhere and anyone can see it.
Oh, that's smart too.
Yeah, so if you make, because that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I was going to say, Troy's done it.
Come up here and do that now into 4 parties.
That's actually pretty smart too.
And then you can also, then it's on your page and people are going to see it on your personal page as well. And if you want to share it into your VIP group, in addition to your shows, you can do that too.
Yeah. Look, I learned something new. Facebook Live changes like every day.
Yeah, it does.
All kinds of crazy things you can do.
Well, like I did my here's my spring products on my laptop until our internet went out and our power went out. And then I did it on my tablet. And then all of a sudden Facebook changed and I couldn't do it from my computer anymore.
Yeah, Facebook changes every day. So
yeah.
All right. Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? Everybody ready to make it an amazing April? Yes, 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 yes. Wow. I know. It's still so early and it's 60% of stoneware. We were just talking about it too. If you need more parties, contact anyone that has bought a rock crock, if you've been around for a little while, and ask them about the slow cooker if they want one and if they want to earn it free by having a party. You can pull up a report in Consultants Corner and see who bought a rock crock. All right. Well, if there are no other questions, then I will see all of you next week, same place, same time. So I'll go ahead and post the homework, and any files or any videos or anything that you guys want us to share, just post it in the group, tag us, and then we'll go pull that up for you. Sounds good?
Sounds
All
good.
right. Well, have a good night, everyone. Bye.